Okay, and we are live with another WWE Raw and our last WWE Tough Enough review on this August 25th, 2015. I'm your host, as always, Tony, with my two co-hosts, the Bizarre One, Dave. How you doing tonight, Dave?
I'm doing great.
And my other co-host, Justin. How you doing tonight?
I couldn't be better.
All right, awesome. We'll touch a little bit on Tough Enough and touch probably more about on Raw, what happened on Raw, because we had a couple of surprises and some, I guess, okay matches as well. So let's start off the night with Paul Heyman, who came down to the ring with Brock Lesnar. Pretty much, not going to say crying, but pretty much pissed off about how not last night, Sunday night SummerSlam match ended, how he made Undertaker tap out, and that Brock Lesnar should be the winner. Pretty much summing up that Brock Lesnar wants a rematch, and he doesn't want to wait till WrestleMania for this rematch. He wanted to have it last night on Raw. Instead of last night of getting Undertaker, we get Bo Dallas. Not exactly sure what he said, but I know he said something about Bo Leave. Maybe you would have won against the Undertaker if you would have Bo Leave, if I'm not mistaken. Could be missing a couple of words here or there, but pretty much kind of motivating Brock Lesnar, and then he got annihilated by Brock Lesnar. A couple of suplexes, F5s, and they pretty much ended it at that. Nothing after that. No Undertaker. During that segment or on Raw at all. I'm not sure any particular reason why. The rumors are going around that he collapsed after the match, but I think it was just due to exhaustion because the match did go, 30 minutes or so. So he was probably just worn out. Um, we'll start off with Dave. What did you think of the opening promo of Paul Heyman? And when do you think the rematch of Undertaker and Brock may happen? Excuse me.
Yeah, about that part about, I've heard other reports that we both, all of us, I'm sure, follow people online and look up stuff about. And the thing I heard is all day they were saying Undertaker collapsed, but it seems more either was part of the storyline or he just was exhausted. But he said he was back in his hotel room, he was fine, there was nothing wrong with him, but he was just probably worn out. They put on a good match. But it does come off kind of like you said, it came off a little whiny when I was out there about they lost. We got screwed, we got robbed, and that's gonna be. It's gonna be interesting. The whole Dallas thing. I know we said something about you can dream about beating the Undertaker, and then you said something about Bully, and then the whole rest in peace Bo Dallas thing. So. I mean, that dude took some vicious Germans on his head, too. It's like, ouch. Hard to watch. But, I mean, no Undertaker, so I guess they just wanted Brock on there just because it was their kind of WrestleMania Raw type deal, which was a really good Raw. So it worked for that to have, we want to have a big name on there like Brock Lesnar, and you're going to have all these surprises. So you want to draw people in to watch Raw because you know Brock's going to be on there. So it worked, especially for tonight. I mean, but yeah, the segment, it was good, but it just came off whiny. I did like something that Jon Stewart said last night to Heyman, which I don't know if we touched on it or not, or Sunday night for SummerSlam, is that no one ever remembers who broke the streak. They always remember the streak. Like you said something like Joe DiMaggio, I think, and Yankee guy. I don't know much about it, but yeah, no one ever remembers who broke the streak. So yeah, this was interesting.
Just to touch on something before Justin goes, I do not blame Heyman for coming off as a whiny or bitching or any of that because in reality, scripted or not, he did get screwed. He should have won the match, and I don't blame him for being pissed. I would have been pissed too in that situation. But go ahead, Justin. Your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts on the promo was I thought it was pretty good. You know, Heyman basically said it took 25 years for Taker to tap out to somebody, which I don't know if that's true. I think he's tapped out before.
He's only tapped out.
To Kurt Angle.
He's only tapped out twice, and both times the ref didn't see it. So
yeah, see that's what he basically said. It took him 25 years for someone to tap out. Paul Heyman called him a fable, like storytell. Storytell. So I mean, it was a good promo. They came off whiny, but of course they're going to because they're pissed off that they lost. You know, he basically said the whole left side of the arena saw Taker tap, the whole right side saw the shoulders of Brock. So, I mean, and then he said he wasn't pissed off at the timekeeper. He is not pissed off at the ref. He's just pissed off at the result. And, yeah, good promo. Now, as far as a match taking place, I mean, it definitely won't be a Night of Champions. And to me, I would either have it at TLC or Royal Rumble. I doubt Brock will be in Royal Rumble. He's too big of I wouldn't say too big of a name to be in Rumble, but I could see it going either December or January.
Dave, you didn't say.
Yeah, I didn't comment. I just don't think. I mean, you really don't want fans that are not going to want to sit. I mean, there's rumors that Taker is not going to wrestle again until WrestleMania. Again, those are just rumors. I mean, the best part, like we talked about this, and you even said this, Tony, that I mean, Hell in a Cell is a perfect opportunity. And I didn't mean to. I was trying to say that he was terrible. The promo was great. I was just meaning that it came off whiny for like a Brock Lesnar. It wasn't really him saying it was Paul Heyman, but just for like that.
Right.
It just came off like that. I was trying to say Heyman was terrible, and I was like, no, he's great. But I just meant it just came off whiny. And for representing Brock Lesnar, you don't really, to me, didn't want him to come off as like whiny that he lost.
Right.
But yeah, I think, like you said, sure you'd say the same thing as Hell in a Cell. Because originally I want Survivor Series just because Undertaker debuted there, but I mean, Hell in a Cell would probably work the best.
I would agree. I think Hell in a Cell would probably be the best. I don't want to see them wrestle at WrestleMania. My instincts are saying that they will. I don't want to see that match. I want to see Sting versus Undertaker. But excuse me. If I was at to guess another pay-per-view to do it at, just to end the feud, to get it over with, I would have to say Hell in a Cell. It'd make the most sense. Don't have any controversy. There's no, the ref can't see this, the ref can't see that. Maybe they can make it to where if they don't want no controversy, they make it a last man standing match or something like that, or something like that, to where they have
even though they haven't seen it in a while, or I quit match, they could do something like that, with the microphone.
Yeah, something where there's a for sure winner and there won't be any controversy that may happen. That's that. We'll move on to the next match, which I think was the tag match. Am I correct?
Yeah. New Day, yeah.
Which we had the New Day taking on the Lucha Dragons, and we had, yeah, the entrance was great by New Day, of course. Xavier Woods playing the trumpet. That's always, not the trumpet. Was it the
trombone?
Trombone, yeah. So that was always good. New Day killed it. I actually think they also got the win as well. And then
a Frank Sinatra song about the New York song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they added New Day, so that was good. And then we get the surprise of the year so far. I mean, I guess you can consider Sting there too. Oh no, Sting was last year. Sorry. The surprise of the year so far, which was the Dudley Boys showing back up to WWE, and this is not a one-time thing. They're actually signed full-time. They will be touring with them at house shows. I'm going to assume maybe they're going to be in the NXT Tag Team Tournament. I think that would be pretty cool.
That would be badass.
They're going to be on SmackDown this week.
Yeah, they're also going to be on SmackDown this Thursday. So they may have started maybe a feud with New Day. They also got into Primetime Players face. We saw a 3D through the table, right? Yeah.
For Woods, yeah.
Yeah, on Woods. So I'm looking forward to them. I'm glad they're back. I never thought in a million years that they would step back in the ring together. We did see Bully Ray or Bubba Ray in the Royal Rumble, so that was also pretty cool. But now they're back as a tag team. Seems like maybe the WWE is starting to take their tag team a little bit more seriously. Like I said, I really hope they are in the tag team tournament on NXT. I think that would be pretty cool. Um, I think they both live in Florida as well, so it'd make a little bit of sense as well. Um, but yeah, very, very cool moment. One of the couple of cool moments we had on Raw last night. And I'm really glad that this wasn't like a one-time thing and that they're actually back full-time, signed, I think, maybe a multi-year contract is what I was reading. So very, very cool. And I'm sure a certain someone is crying in the corner in another company because I don't know how they're going to continue their storyline that they are continuing on a certain show.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
He got jumped in the back, and now all of a sudden,
Yeah, so.
The WWE kidnapped him.
Right. Justin, your thoughts on the New Day and then the Dudley Boys returning back onto WWE?
Man, from the beginning of the entrances to the end of the match, I thought the match was pretty dang good. Lucha Dragons, they're fast as hell. They can wrestle when they want to. They got their own little moves. New Day themselves, I would even dare to say we haven't seen a tag team like this. The comedy, how funny they are since Los Guerreros. I don't remember a tag team being like this. This being this charismatic as the way they are. Him playing the trombone, especially I thought it was funny whenever they did their finishing move to one of the Lucha Dragons. Xavier Woods was playing taps. Whenever they pinned him to beat him, I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, the match was great. New Day is just on fire right now. And as far as the Dudley Boys coming back, I thought it was very damn awesome. I was screaming when they, holy shit, this is awesome. That's exactly what I said. I enjoyed the hell out of that. I'm very excited to see what they're going to bring with them. So.
Steve?
Yeah, we talked about this last night on Facebook, but the New Day is great. I don't really remember Guerrero so much as doing a lot of comedy bits. I actually said it reminded me more of like Edge and Christian with their little thing they've been doing the last couple of nights at least. So it is what it is. I guess to each their own. But I don't think the match was that good because it was more of a squash match. I think it was less than 5 minutes long. And it was just like, and then all of a sudden, the New Day won that fast? Wow, okay. And then all of a sudden, I was like, okay, so that's it. That was a quick segment. And all of a sudden, Dudley said, basically what you said, and it was like shocked. And I was like, wow. And then they did the whole, just to see D-Rod and Bubba back in a WWE ring as the Dudley Boys for so many years, they couldn't use the name. Everyone would just say Team 3D, that's it. But now, they're back in the whole get the table thing. I was like, wow, it's been so long since I heard that. Especially in a WWE ring. And the atmosphere was awesome when they popped. That was a huge pop. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm glad they're back and see about for the next few months. It's really going to help. Well, probably a lot longer, but it's really going to help this tag division. And I wonder if they're going to add any other teams. Like, maybe bring the Outlaws back to feud with the Dudleys. That's kind of cool.
Or what if, I know it's not going to happen ever, but what if, the Hardy Boys came back? That would be kind of weird. I wouldn't mind.
I don't know.
I know it won't happen.
I would love to see them back, but I think
Jeff, not so much Matt.
I think they enjoy their work, 5 nights in a row and then off for in 2 months. So
Jeff has been off ever since he broke his leg, and that was back. That was March or something. He's been off for a long time.
Yeah, so it's just, to me, it's just I agree with Justin on the Lucha Dragons. I think if they were actually given an opportunity to have a legit match, I think they would blow some people away.
Their style is pretty crazy. All the moves they do, it's insane.
Yeah, they were really good on NXT, and they just haven't been given the proper chance yet on the main roster.
Yeah.
I don't think they will really, honestly, because it's they're like the new Rey Mysterio. That's pretty much what they are.
Right.
They just use them out there, the mask, kids will love them, and that's basically all it's for.
So,
Yeah.
cool moment.
I mean, they're a good team. I mean, they were awesome in NXT. They were used right because Triple H knows how to use these guys. Vince, on the other hand, not so much.
Yeah, it's a very cool moment. I'm actually excited to see. Maybe they'll be on Raw next week. I'm going to assume that they will be. And
It
if
would
you,
be really cool to see them fighting some of these younger tag teams too.
yeah, that's why I'm hoping they're in the NXT tournament. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Is that they hopefully will go into the NXT. Maybe not win. I don't assume that they would win, but definitely hope they join it. And
Maybe we could actually see the Wyatt family versus the Dudleys like they were teasing on Twitter a few months ago.
right.
And they started using their finisher. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool as well. Next match, Justin.
Reigns and Ambrose versus the Wyatts.
Oh gosh.
The cool best part of this whole match was the Rosebud popping up in it.
Yeah, the reveal of the new member.
What's his name? Braun
Strowman.
Strowman. What he did on the show was cool. He fits better than Rowan in my opinion. Definitely. He's a big guy. The lights go off right before Reigns is gonna do either, I guess, the spear or the Superman punch onto Bray. Lights go off. Lights come back on. And it's this big monster standing outside the ring with a black mask on. Later on in the night, Bray does introduce him as Braun Strowman, right?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I'm getting their name right. As the Black Sheep from Sister Abigail, and I mean, he looked impressive. He took out Roman Reigns. He took out Ambrose. Ended up being a disqualification. The match was nowhere near what the match was last night. I'm not last night, but Sunday night on SummerSlam. I guess tonight. I don't know why they did this. I guess they wanted this night to be full of surprises or shocking moments, and instead of having him debut at SummerSlam, they had him debut the next night. You know, I read.
They already had those really basically controversial finishes in those two big main event matches, really. So they didn't want to add another one.
Right, and then I read that he was supposed to make. They were thinking about making him the third member and having him in the match at SummerSlam, but they nixed that idea. So, I'm glad there's a new member. I mean, I'm glad it wasn't really Rowan because Rowan to me doesn't really fit the group very much.
Like an outcast.
Right, and I mean, eventually he will show up, and then I'm sure we'll be in the group eventually. But there's no need to rush this man back from whatever injury he did have, and.
I think Rowan was good in the ring. I think he works for the Wyatt family. I just don't think he works as a face, like a good guy trying to be.
He's better as in a tag team. When he wrestles singles, he doesn't look the greatest.
Yeah, I think him and Rowan are a good tag team.
Or definitely, I agree with you on that. I'm curious to see these two guys team up in a match to see how they go together. That should be very interesting.
I mean, I wonder if he'll just be kind of like a bodyguard. If he'll be less of a wrestler than more just a guy who stands out there and helps them win.
Right. You two quick thoughts on the whole match and then the debut. We'll go with Dave first.
The match was kind of, it was one of those, but then the lights going like, oh, cool, Rowan's back. Basically what I thought. I was like, oh, here comes Rowan. No, like, who the heck is that? Noel Dempsey? Oh, wait, no, he's bigger. So I was just like, I had no clue. We were talking to each other online. They're like, who is this guy? No clue. And then we find out online it's whatever his name was, you guys said.
Braun Strowman.
It's like a weird name. Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and then Bray Wyatt, and then Braun. Was just like, okay.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, the guy looked good. I mean, of course, he was supposed to. He's just a big monster, and that's what he was. He was unstoppable.
Yeah,
so this will be really fun to see where it goes.
Justin?
Can't wait to see what's next with this.
Justin?
Oh, sorry. No, the match itself, I mean, was definitely not as good as SummerSlam. It was so-so. The best part of the match was the reveal of the new Wyatt member. I think they said he's like 6'8", 385. He's a big dude. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with him in the future, I guess, in the long run, see how they go with them. But the reveal was the best part to me.
Okay, fair enough. Next match on the card, Justin.
Well, it was Miz TV leading into the Team Bella versus Team PCB.
Okay, the Miz. I'm not even gonna talk about the Miz segment because that shit,
No, yeah, it was
garbage and kind of pointless. I guess they wanted to go somewhere with it, and it just ended up being kind of bad. The match itself, for some reason, I just couldn't get into it. It was like I don't know.
really couldn't either.
I don't know if it was the crowd being so goddamn disrespectful, or if it was if it was just me not really feeling the teams that were in the match. To speak on the crowd real quick, yes, I agree that if you pay your hard-earned money, that you're allowed to chant or scream or yell or whatever you want, as long as you're not, yelling profanity or racial slurs or death threats or of any kind or like that. But when you and moan that you want more women's wrestling, you want women to have more time in the ring, and stuff like that, and you disrespect them like that, it's just you prove to Vince and you prove to Mr. Kevin Dunn that this is why they get 2 to 3 minute matches for the past 4 to 5 years before this year. And then also, I totally agree with Paige. She went off on the fans as well on Twitter, and I can't quote her. I don't have it in front of me, but she was not very happy. And we are awesome chants. I mean, if you're awesome, you wouldn't be chanting it.
Yeah, shut the hell up. God,
number 2, doing the wave, and yes, the commentators acknowledged it, and that was probably because Kevin Dunn told them to.
Yeah.
And that's just to rub it in the face of the divas that the crowd is just not into them, and they're doing this because I'm sure they're tired of seeing maybe the same 6 women go at it, or they're upset because Sasha Banks was in the match. Yes, I get it. I wanted to see Sasha Banks as well, but this lady may have needed a night off. She wrestled a hell of a match on Saturday night, and then was in a match again on Sunday night. So if she wants a break or needs a break, I'm sure she'll be on SmackDown of some sort maybe tonight. But the disrespectfulness of the crowd was just uncalled for. It wasn't needed, and that's what usually happens when you have US matches back in the day. They would shit on them, and it's exactly what they did last night. I'm not gonna say the match was good because I just couldn't really get into it, so I don't really have an opinion on it. I mean, Bella's did win, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Bella's win. NXT Divas are still kind of hot. Haven't really lost, except for they lost last week on SmackDown. Becky Lynch lost. And then I think she's the only one who's taken a loss. Am I correct?
I think so, yes.
Who?
Charlotte. I think she's taking a loss, too.
I don't remember that.
I don't even recall that, but I'll take your word for it.
I think it was maybe on SmackDown or something, but yeah. Maybe that tag match. I don't think it's a one-on-one loss. But
right. Now, none of them have lost one-on-one other than Becky Lynch. I know she lost one-on-one to Brie on main event. So, yeah.
Becky Lynch won that match on main event.
Who?
Becky Lynch won that match.
Oh, she did? I thought you said she lost. I didn't see the match. I thought
she won. She won. Yeah, it was a good match. Becky Lynch won. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, we can all agree that we want to see more divas involved in this little revolution. I would love to see Natalya in it, and a lot
of these girls, and that's what's getting boring. I'm not saying boring with it, but it's getting sort of stale because we're seeing the same women rinse and repeat, the same stuff.
Go ahead and give your thoughts, and then whatever else you have to say.
Who?
Dave, because he was already talking.
Okay. So, yeah, the opening, I think it set up a little bit with Paige, because it seemed like she was kind of jealous a little bit during that little promo with it doesn't matter who gets win, we all win, we're a team. And to me, it kind of set up this whole thing. I think they're going to end up breaking this team up and honestly putting Sasha with them and Paige popped with the other two. And I mean, just because, and it's like, and then in this match, which I thought the match wasn't bad. I actually am a big fan of, I know a lot of us are big fans of it, but I'm not a huge fan of Divas. Now I actually like it. Before it was just like, oh. But I mean, with Paige losing the match, I mean, it's like, the other two had both pinned Nikki, and she was pinned by Rhea again, or maybe it was Sasha, or not Sasha, but Alicia. I don't remember who got the win, but yeah, I mean, I think that's what they're going to do with this. I mean, the crowd is so stupid. I mean, I don't get it. Like you said it perfectly. I mean, do all more women's wrestling, and the way you guys keep treating these women, like, this is the second week in a row this has happened. I mean, it happened, I think it was the last week, I think it happened too. Yeah, it was old Brock and Minnesota thing. And they were chanting, and it's like, they're going to get these women where we're not going to get any of these good matches no more. This crowd just needs to. It's funny because on Saturday we had one of the best women's matches we've ever seen, and the crowd loved it. And it's basically the same crowd from Saturday to Monday, and they're crapping all over this match, and it makes no sense.
Because they didn't get Sasha Banks. That's if Sasha Banks would have been in that match, you wouldn't have gotten the chance you would have gotten last night.
Yeah, I think she's become like the biggest star in the women's division right now. I mean, she's bigger than anybody right now in that division. And I mean, everyone likes her, even though she's the heel. But I think that's what it could have something to do with as well. Seems like they may be turning Paige a little heel now. But yeah, I think that's an example of that, and they're because of what happened on NXT with the Four Horsewomen kind of uniting on NXT. So maybe they want to change it up and make them all faces, like Team NXT versus basically the two WWE teams or main roster teams. But yeah, I mean, I thought the match was okay. I know it was better than their match on Sunday. So I mean, yeah, it would be nice to see more teams, but that's what everyone's getting sick of, the same. And everyone for some reason hates the Bellas. Anything the Bellas are an empty thing, they're gonna crap all over it seems like.
They're easy to hate on.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Justin.
Well, I mean, yeah, that crowd pretty much pissed me off. And then on top of that, like you said, the announcers were bringing it up. Hey, they're doing the wave. Hey, now they're chanting JBL. They're chanting Michael Cole. They're chanting We Are Awesome. They kept saying whenever they were chanting. And then they kept saying, oh, this is just like WrestleMania weekend. This is just like the Raw after WrestleMania. Same thing. I hate when crowds do stuff like that. I hate it when it's at WrestleMania. I mean, there's times where it's needed, when it's like a fun segment or something like that, but not during a match. It really pissed me off. It did not deserve to have that to happen while they were wrestling in the match. I mean, total disrespect. The match itself was all right. It was okay. Fans were chanting, we want Sasha, which, like y'all said, she's the best in they have right now. And, to the crowd's credit, though, I'll say they just watched 3 days of wrestling, so they might have been a little bit burned out, too, I mean, I'm not, giving them an excuse, but it could be one thing. They've seen three straight days of wrestling, maybe a little bit burned out, so they were just getting tired of it. I mean, I'm just, that could be one.
I mean, I agree.
But I mean, yeah, it totally pissed me off. And to on what Dave just said also, we need to change it up. We need to see Emma should be in this. Natalya should be in it. I mean, there's a couple of other ones. I wouldn't say Cameron. I mean, I wouldn't have her in it.
No.
But yeah, I mean, at least Emma, at least Natalya. I mean, they need to switch some divas out and put some in.
Yeah,
I think this whole thing started that WrestleMania you guys were at. For that Raw, I believe you both were there. The one where the whole Fandango started, the crowd started going crazy.
That was 29. We didn't go to that one.
Yeah, we weren't at that one, apparently. Unfortunately. Okay. We were at the one before then.
Yeah, we were Miami and then New Orleans.
It seems like, ever since that started, with that whole Fandango thing, and the crowd was going crazy and having fun. It seems like every Raw after WrestleMania or a big pay-per-view like SummerSlam was Sunday night. Every crowd is trying to hijack the show and the chant. It feels like they're trying to become that next big crowd.
They were trying to sabotage the match.
Yeah.
And they did. So, in a nutshell, they ruined the match for a lot of people. They got their 5 to 10 minutes of fame, and I hope that made their night better because it was just pathetic.
Well, on the West Coast feed, the WWE even cut a lot of some of that match. They added another commercial break during when they were doing the wave, so they didn't show it.
Yeah.
So they edited some of the West Coast feed. Yeah, I read that online. They actually edited the West Coast feed of it, where you didn't see the wave and all that, which I think is kind of messed up a little bit. But I get why they do it. But
You know,
on the West Coast, you're not going to get the actual unedited version of Raw. I think it's kind of messed up a little bit.
I think they deserve to be cut off because you don't.
I do too,
I mean, it's not a
but-
fucking. It's not a concert. It's not a basketball game or a football game. It's an event where these people are in the ring entertaining you.
they're working their ass off.
They got 110 things they got to think about during the match to not hurt themselves or the opponent, and then you're gonna disrespect them like that. It's just they're going out there putting their bodies on the line, and I get it. We all want to see new ladies in the ring, and we want to see something different. Yes, I get it. You saw the same match you saw on SummerSlam. I get it. But you don't disrespect them because you don't get what you want. If you don't want to see that, then you should have gone to Raw. I mean,
they were even canning CM Punk, too. I was like, God dang,
Jesus Christ, man. The guy's been gone for 2 years. He's been gone for 2 years. And probably he's never going to come back until he goes into the Hall of Fame. Stop chanting the man's name. If you want to chant the man's name, go to when he faces whoever he faces at UFC.
Exactly.
Christ's sakes, man. And I'm one of the biggest CM Punk fans there is, but it gets kind of old already. He's not gonna, what does CM Punk chants mean? That you don't like what you're seeing? Is that a displeasure chant? I mean, that's so stupid. I don't think CM Punk would I mean, he may probably find it funny maybe, but I don't think he would endorse, if you don't like something, chant my name. I think that's just stupid. But let's just move on because this isn't even dumb to talk about this crowd.
Jon Stewart in the ring is next. The Jon Stewart.
All right. Basically, Jon Stewart comes down to the ring and explains to everybody why he did what he did to John Cena last night and why he helped Seth Rollins. Basically, he didn't want Ric Flair's 16-time title reign to be tied by John Cena. So he interfered and cost Cena the match. John Cena did end up coming down and wasn't mad about him losing the title, world title that is. He was more upset about losing the U.S. title. And I'm glad that he brought up why he was mad. It was because of the U.S. Open Challenge and giving that don't get the opportunity in matches against him or for a title or whatever have you, the opportunity. He did name a couple of names, Cesaro, Sami Zayn, Ambrose, the list goes on. To make a long story short, he ended up doing the FU on Jon Stewart, which I give Jon Stewart huge props for because he sold it like a champ, man. He sold it. What was that guy's name?
I don't think he sold it. I think it just hurt.
Well, he was on the ground for a while.
Some people, like Machine Gun Kelly, who gets power bombed through a table and gets up and walks away like nothing fucking happened, doesn't sell it. That's what I'm talking about. Jon Stewart, if it hurt or not, I'm sure it did. He sold it. He played it off. He didn't just get up, say, ow, my back, and then walk away. He actually was helped out, Machine Gun Kelly, when he got powerbombed off the stage onto a table, should have been stretchered out.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been getting up and walking out. He's not a wrestler.
I'm sure he got powerbombed that it was a patty.
Well, I'm sure. We all three know that he did. But if you're gonna do that, play the part. That's all I'm saying. He shouldn't have been getting up. If either one of us went through a table, I think we would all have the smarts to sell the power bomb and not just get up and walk away and tweet 20 minutes later. That's what I'm saying. But Justin, what did you think about the whole segment and Yeah, it was just pretty much John Cena pissed off and then FUing.
Yeah. You know, I liked it. I really did. You know, Stewart started it. And then, you know, another surprise of the night, Ric Flair comes down to the ring.
Oh, that's right. Yes, Ric Flair.
So, you know, that's when he says, in my heart, he said in his heart, he could not let John Cena tie his record. You know, so then you have Ric Flair coming down. You know, I appreciate what you did. You know, your thoughts in it. That's pretty good. But Ric Flair himself said if anybody wants to tie or beat his record, he wants it to be John Cena, which I thought was like, you know, I guess he's right. John Cena's the closest one, so it would be him. Then you got Cena coming down to the ring. He's basically pacing back and forth for, I don't know, a couple minutes. And then he says, you know what the hell you've just done? You've just ruined everything. And then to Stewart's credit, he goes, oh, crap. Well, you know, I guess I did mess it up. And, you know, Stewart's apologizing to Cena. You know, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking at the time. I just didn't want you to tie or break the record. And like you said, John Cena says, well, I'm not mad at that. I'm mad about losing the U.S. title. And he says, you know, you did what you have to do, so I'm going to do what I have to do. And he, you know, give him that FU, attitude adjustment, whatever you want to call it. The whole thing was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole promo.
Dave?
Yeah, first off, I'm going to give credit to Tony because you said it last night, or Sunday night, that this was where he talked about streaks, or if it was all about Ric Flair's streak, and you said it last night, it was probably about that. And, well, the whole tonight it was. And, yeah, the Stewart was actually really enjoyable tonight. I enjoyed it. I mean, he was, like I said before, the first time he hosted Raw, I didn't think he was funny at all, but tonight, I thought he was, like, really more in his element tonight a little bit than he was the last time. And he really did. He looked good out there on the mic. He looked good telling his little joke at Cena, like when he was at him, and he's like, can you still see me if I have my hand on my face? That was
pretty good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny. I never really thought of him as really being that funny, honestly. He just basically did a monologue, and it was entertaining. And, I mean, it got really cheesy, though, too. I was like, oh, man, when they start doing their little, well, you can win it back tonight. I can win it back tonight.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God, shut up. I mean, it just got cheesy. But then he gave him the AA, or FU, or
Whatever you want to call it.
Fireman Slam, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, at first I was like, man, he looked like he was legitimately hurt. I was like, oh, he probably got the wind knocked out of him, what it really was. He probably got the wind knocked out of him. It made it look worse than it was because it almost looked like he bounced when he hit the mat. And I was like, oh, I hope he's all right. And the dude's pretty, he's an old guy. That's what we got into a little bit out about is like, man, but I mean, I understand why it made sense storyline-wise, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if we see John Stewart again get involved in a John Cena situation. Kind of like the Rose and Kane situation, maybe something like that with these guys. But, I mean, the segment was good. I mean, Ric Flair coming out, seeing him get into it, and it was just, and Raw just flew by last night. I was like, crap, it's 10:30 already? I mean, it was just like, bam. So, yeah, the segment was good. I had no problem with it. And, yeah, it was entertaining.
All right. Next segment, Justin?
8-man tag.
Okay, yes. They announced an 8-man tag main event, which was Owens, Rusev, Sheamus, and who am I missing?
Big Show.
There you go.
Yes, against Randy Orton,
Ziggler,
Ziggler, and Ryback.
Yeah.
The match.
Survivor Series a little bit.
Yeah, the match itself wasn't bad. I thought the the whole the finish was kind of funny, where Big Show goes for the knockout punch, hits Rusev, correct? Oh, Sheamus, right?
Sheamus.
Knocks Sheamus out. Sheamus gets the loss.
It's RKO'd.
Yeah, it gets RKO'd. He rolls out of the ring, and then Rusev and Kevin Owens get in the ring, and they start just yelling at Big Show, which I thought was fucking hilarious. They end up attacking him, of course. They take out Big Show. They leave the ring. Kevin Owens acts like he's going to go and pick up Sheamus and just kind of just like, nah, fuck you.
Blows them off.
Yeah, that was funny. I laughed at that. And then Cesaro and Ryback showed their strength and gorilla pressed Big Show into an RKO, which is mighty impressive.
Yes.
So, I mean, the match itself was okay. I mean, I'm not really sure where they're going with this. Are we seeing the Big Show face turn again?
Oh gosh.
Like the 100 millionth time we see a face or
I
heel
know.
turn.
I mean, what is he face and heel? And, I mean, heck, jokingly, he made the comment about, I don't know if I'm a face or a heel when I wake up in the morning.
Right. At least he can joke about it. But your thoughts, Dave, about the match?
The match wasn't bad. I actually thought it was a pretty good match. I mean, got to see. I mean, it was a perfect way to get all these this packed show, all their top guys on the show. And I liked how Owens and Rusev, two of my favorites, actually didn't take the loss and actually still kept momentum. I mean, they actually would make an interesting team. I know they won't go that route, but I think they would make an interesting team. But yeah, I mean, it was interesting, and I think Big Show should either get an assist or at least half the win.
Oh, yes, definitely. Justin?
You know, to me, this for me, this match was all over the place. You know, I liked it, but I mean, they could have done, I guess, better in the ring. Yeah, it was all over the place for me. I like the finish. You know, Big Show accidentally knocking out Sheamus, and then Randy Orton gets the RKO for the win. I enjoyed that, of course. But yeah, I don't know. The match to me was all over the place. But it was okay.
It was a little bit of a clusterfuck.
Yeah, to say the
That's
least.
all your big stars because you didn't have a lot of time for everybody on separate matches, so you wanted to get all these big guys in one match, which it worked.
Right. Basically, yeah. In a nutshell. All right. I'm guessing this is the ending segment, correct?
Yeah, yes. The last one was Seth Rollins statue.
Okay.
Oh, we did. I don't know if you guys. It didn't really matter to talk about, but I mean, the whole Stardust and Barrett thing, that they kind of.
Oh, Stardust coming out.
That's right. He attacked Barrett.
He attacked Barrett. Nah. Pretty much. It's
Barrett's
just...
going off to make a movie, so he's gone for a while.
Oh, he is? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just seen that pop up online where he's been rid off TV and wants to make a movie.
That makes sense. Let's get to this ending segment so we can touch on Tough Enough. Yeah, Seth Rollins is fucking great. That's all I gotta say.
That statue was badass too that they showed. That was a badass statue.
Someone on Twitter made a great point. I don't remember who it was, but he said we already saw the statue, so we're gonna see someone appear. And I was like, all right, that makes a good point because we just see the statue. There's no need for us to wait to the end of the night to see the statue again.
Yeah.
And that someone's gonna appear. And immediately I thought maybe Kane.
I thought Cena.
Or yeah, I was thinking Cena too until they escorted him out.
Yeah, but yeah.
And so I was thinking either it's gonna be Sting or Kane. And the more I looked at the damn podium and how they had it, I thought it was Kane because it was so huge and whatnot. Anyways, Rollins, he went on forever, man. Kept talking and talking and talking. And I think he does it on purpose because he knows it annoys people. Because he'll go on just like a tangent and just keep on going and going, and he won't stop.
When he killed Brooklyn, though, that was great. He's like, you guys got some great New Jersey, Brooklyn play. Oh, wait.
The Brooklyn Nets, they're not good.
Yeah, so, I mean, Rollins right now is, to me, I mean, ROH, whatever we want to say, is the best heel in wrestling right now.
Oh, hell yeah. And
he's working his ass off. But anyways, let's get to this where they're about to reveal it. And under the curtain, it's Sting, which blew my mind. I mean, the crowd went nuts. Sting ends up attacking Rollins. They end up going at it. Sting knocks him out of the ring, grabs the belt, holds it up. They announced on the commentary that Triple H is going to have an interview after Raw. So if you want to watch, go tune into the WWE Network. So WWE Network comes on. Triple H gets on the mic and he goes, Sting wants Seth Rollins. He has him at Night of Champions. Sting will face Seth Rollins, and they eventually announced that it will be for the world title. Sting is the only guy from WCW that has not won the world title that has joined, the WWE, Booker T. We can go on and name it on. Eddie Guerrero, so forth, Chris Jericho, Benoit as well. So I would not mind a Sting title run. I would be kind of upset seeing Rollins out of the title picture, but maybe he'll get a rematch. He'll win it back, because I do want to see the triple threat Shield match at WrestleMania, regardless if it's for the title or not. I think it'd mean more if it was for the title. Anyways, we'll go with Justin first. Your thoughts on the reveal of its Sting, and what you think of the Sting Rollins, it being for the title match?
Well, like I said, first I thought it was Cena, even though he got taken away. I mean, look how many times other superstars have came back, after they've been taken away. So I thought it was Cena for sure. When they unveiled it, when the deal came off, I was like, holy crap, that's freaking Sting. And they went right into it, attacking each other. The look on Triple H and Stephanie's face was very good. You could tell that they were shocked as well. As far as the match, I still think Sting can go at his age, and then putting Seth Rollins in it would only make it better. So I'm looking forward to that match, Night of Champions. Plus, I'm sure we're going to see Rollins fight twice, because he's got both titles. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to that match in Night of Champions. If he does win, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with it. Would you think that if Sting does win, would Triple H put a piece of him again? I mean, not at WrestleMania, obviously, but maybe like at Survivor Series or something.
If Sting loses, though, we really need to see Sting again, because I don't think if
I was just going to say that, too. If he loses again, what's the point of him coming back?
If Sting loses, who is he going to beat?
Yeah.
He's not going to beat The Undertaker.
No.
So, I mean, who the hell is he going to beat?
And it would make no sense. I was going to do this on the side, so go ahead.
No, go ahead. I think, are you done, Justin?
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay, the one thing I liked about this was Rollins is great as always, but I don't know if a lot of you picked up on this, but Triple H's mannerisms are perfect every time. When they go reveal them, he like his hand out like this, and then his face was just perfect.
Right.
Because
Yep.
Triple H is awesome. He got it really quick, but for me, with Sting and Rollins, I mean, what would be the point of, like you guys are just saying, he just lost at WrestleMania this year. So what are you going to have? Lose WrestleMania, come to Night of Champions and lose again? I mean, it would make no sense at all if you have him beat Seth Rollins at Night of Champions and become champion. Then that changes everything. It would make a better purpose than for him losing at WrestleMania like that. So, okay, you're going to come in, you're going to win the title, and probably drop it at Hell in a Cell or Survivor Series. Something like that. And it would just make more sense. I mean, or if Sting gets screwed out of Night of Champions and then gets a rematch at Hell in a Cell and wins the title, then loses at Survivor Series. I mean, I'd much rather see him win it at Night of Champions, just because Night of Champions is basically Clash of the Champions redone WWE style.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what I think anyway. But yeah, I think this is gonna be awesome. I think it'll be a really good match. I'm excited for it. I mean, I'm excited to see what happens with the U.S. title too. If they do Cena and Rollins, and then Sting and Rollins at the same night, so that'll be really interesting.
That's the rumor, but I mean, it hasn't been confirmed. But you would assume every title is usually on the line and Night of Champions, so you would think Rollins would be wrestling twice, unless he loses it in the next month before the pay-per-view. So,
or unless Rollins does it where he faces a jobber,
right?
Basically like a Zack Ryder at Night of Champions, he faces him, and then he wrestles Sting that night.
Right.
Something like that.
True. You thought the segment was good, and you're looking forward to the match. Okay. That'll wrap up our Raw review. Let's get into the Tough Enough finale. where there is no more Tough Enough after this week. We finally saw the final four in the ring. We saw Amanda take on Alicia Fox, Sarah take on Alicia Fox, which I don't understand. Why they give her Alicia Fox? It should have been Natty. Anyways,
Natty would probably tear him apart.
you know, you get the males get one of the best wrestlers in the WWE, and then give them Alicia Fox, which is not probably easy to work with in the first place. But anyways, not trying to dog Alicia Fox because she's not bad, but you know they could have done better.
Not that coordinated.
Right, you know, Natalia could have, you know, probably would have made the match a little bit better. But okay, I heard a lot of mixed reactions or opinions on the Amanda match. I didn't think the Amanda match was that good at all.
No, she botched the
Terrible.
She did like maybe 2 or 3 good moves, and
Like, I know one.
other than that, she did horrible. She did a roll up, and she pretty much kicked out of it herself before Alicia Fox could. She almost hurt herself on the sideways slam that Alicia Fox did. The entrance she did was horrible. The promo she did was awful. There was no way in hell when she came into that tonight. There was no way in hell she was going to win because the way she portrays herself on TV. If this was a judge vote and maybe a coach vote, then maybe she had a chance. But you know, you're dealing with the fans, and it's not a popularity vote when it comes to her. It's more of people just don't like you. And you portray yourself as a bitch, yes. You portray yourself as snuck up and very conceited.
And Nish was basically calling her a slut earlier in the show.
Yeah, and then when you're calling out someone on their, you know, her having sex with certain people, or if she has sex a lot, I mean, so be it. That's just her. And there's no reason for you to call her out on national TV just so you can hopefully get more votes because people will think she's a slut.
If anything, more guys won't like that.
Right.
But okay.
The Sarah match, I'm not going to say it was a great match or a good match, but it was better than the Amanda match. She definitely got a little bit better offense. She looked good, as in some of the moves that she did. The promo she did was really good, a lot more impressive than her last couple of promos. Like they did mention before, her enthusiasm to the ring was horrible. She just kind of walked, kind of scared. But the match was okay. Other than that, that's my thoughts on the women. The men, I mean, CZ, I think they didn't even trust him in the ring. For the point being that you have Cesaro in there with him, and he only did maybe a combined 3 to 5 moves. Most of them, he was getting beat up. He did one move that I don't even know what you call him when they pick him up and just slam him on his stomach. And then he tried to do a submission hold, and Cesaro broke out. Yeah, so I mean, ZZ wasn't really given the chance to shine because I think the match is maybe 3-5 minutes.
They said 2.
2 minutes. Yeah, because trust him to go along.
So that was that. The Josh match wasn't bad. It wasn't good, but it was. If I was like, I'd expect that from a guy that's, you know, wrestling for the first time on live TV. Cesaro held his own, of course, showing his power. I mean, if Cesaro should have won Tough Enough, for God's sakes. Tough Enough, I mean, Cesaro did good. Josh did good. I was just hoping that the fans were smart enough to vote for the right man to win, which they did.
Thank God.
Josh won, and Sarah did as well. So that are your 2 future Diva and Wrestling WWE Superstar. They will looks like they're going to be starting at NXT. And the funny thing is, before I started the video, I had the Tough Talk on, and Paige asked Sarah, "Can you handle or hang with any of the NXT divas?" And I just wanted to laugh because that's just a stupid question, Paige. I mean, seriously. No, she cannot. So, I mean,
I
Jesus.
mean, when she goes to Sarah Del Rey, you're going to be in for a world of hurt. They might both just quit, honestly. I'm not saying that John's just going to quit, because hopefully he really wants this, but I mean, when they get down to the floor and train with these guys, it's going to be about tougher than this.
Right. I mean, Josh suits the part well because he's big, he's strong. He seems dedicated because he lost all that weight. I mean, he seems dedicated. ZZ, not so much. And then Sarah, she thinks she can handle it. She thinks she can handle her own. But when she gets into that ring and
You're going to find out differently.
She faces Sasha Banks, who's pretty stiff. And she faces, maybe Charlotte or maybe Natalia or Emma.
I don't think she's going to get that far, honestly. If she even has to get past the training.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's going to have to face women in the ring to train. And for the most part.
Sarah Del Rey and stuff like that, she's going to probably beat the crap out of her.
Sarah Del Rey has her work cut out.
Yes.
And if she can make that woman wrestle and look good, then Sarah Del Rey should be in the Hall of Fame.
She needs to be in the Divas division herself.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame she's retired because she could go. She could go, but man, seriously, like, she has her work cut out. We'll start with.
No matter what. Okay, go ahead.
We'll go with Justin. We'll get your thoughts, Dave, after that. We'll go with Justin. Oh, wait. Did we go with Justin first last time?
Yes, you did.
Okay, we'll go with Dave this time. Your thoughts, and did you like the the match itself, and did you what was I gonna say? And did you like the winner who won?
With the match, I mean, one of the biggest problems I had with her match, from the beginning of it anyway, she walked out to the ring, she took off her coat or whatever she had on, and just threw it outside. Usually when you have wrestlers come out to something like that, they get in the ring, and they take off their jacket or whatever they're wearing in the ring, not on the ramp. Maybe some people, it just seems like for this, it should have been in the ring.
Right.
And her promo was just really bad. I mean, it was like, okay, I don't even care. It was like there was no passion in it. There was nothing there. That's one problem I had with her promo. And then the match was still. I think the only thing I ever seen her do actually right was the head scissors, and that was it. Everything else, she bought everything. I mean, I give her credit. She sold that clothes. I mean, she really did get hurt, but it sure seemed like it did because she just laid there like she was hurt or injured or something. And it was just like, what's going on? Is she hurt? They gotta stop the match or what? I mean, it was just bad. And I mean, Alicia Fox looked like freaking Natalia compared to freaking Amanda.
Right.
And that was just terrible. And I mean, when Sarah Lee came out, I didn't think her entrance was great, but at least she got in the ring, and her promo was probably the best promo out of everyone tonight because she actually had passion, and it seemed like, okay, almost get behind the person with her promo. And the match was a lot better than Amanda's. Didn't botch as much as Amanda did. I mean, she didn't hit some moves, actually. The Russian leg sweep, the armbar over wasn't, the little kind of rollovers and the armbar wasn't great, but it is what it is. I mean, she kind of fell before the scissors kick came down on her, so she had to work on her timing a lot. So she kind of worked it out for her, really. I mean, her winning, I'm glad I was down her a lot. I wasn't sure she was going to win this, but tonight she deserves to win, I feel. And because she was better. This is the best she's been this whole 10 weeks that she's doing this. This was her best time, best job at all. And, I mean, she has her work cut out for all of them. I'd be surprised if she even sticks around. But I'm glad that she's from Michigan. A lot of people thought that just because she's from Michigan that I want her to win. I was glad she did good. And made it so long that she actually won. Good for her. But now the really the tough part starts. It's easy. I mean, moving on to that, I mean, the dude was blown up this almost got in the ring. And I have no clue what the hell he was even talking about. I mean, I didn't understand a word he said. The dude was terrible. I mean, Cesaro looked pissed in the ring with him because man, I was worried, how he doesn't hurt Cesaro with his cheese. When he dropped that flapjack on him, I thought he landed Cesaro on his shoulder or something.
Right.
Jeez, but Josh, the only thing a few things I didn't like at the beginning was I didn't like his ring attire. It was terrible. And
Oh,
I didn't like his promo at all. I mean, it was just really kind of like you hear crickets in the crowd. It was just like, it didn't really do nothing for me. I mean, Brock's not a great talker either. So, I mean, you could put him with somebody, it might work. But, man, I mean, his match was a lot better than I didn't think the match was bad. I actually thought it was okay. I mean, it was nothing spectacular, but I mean, it worked. He did his moves. He actually took a really good uppercut, which about flipping over. So, I mean, that was great. I like that. And, of course, he's on a one-ball match. And, yeah, I thought he did good. And the only thing, his promo was bad. And then that's about it. I mean, other than he can't complain too much, and he won, so. And that was like, I'm sure a lot of people were worried about that because it's like, okay, it's easy to win this whole thing down the trapper. His first one has been the worst tough enough ever. I'm actually really glad it's over.
Hello? Bro.
I've lost like 40 or 50 pounds since he's been there.
He looked great. He looked really good. He looked really good. Justin?
Well, to start off with the women, Sarah ended up winning. The only thing I'll say about Amanda is has more of the look that they were looking for. I think she's more of that blonde girl, pretty, blah blah blah. I mean, Sarah's good looking also, but just to me, Amanda has more of what they're looking for. Not in the ring, obviously, but every match tonight had its great moments, or not great moments, but had its good moments, and then every match had its not so good moments. And their promos, they're on live TV. They're nervous, so some of the promos came off not as good, which rightfully so. Some of them weren't good. ZZ being one of them. Yeah, I mean like I said, matches had good and bad moments. I mean, I guess the right people won, which I'm happy about. So, I mean, that's all I can say about it.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I think with Josh, he doesn't know how to say a proper promo yet. I think
he'll learn that with time.
I think he's more about pumping up the crowd. He's like a fucking hype man.
Yeah.
Let's go, let's get it up, Yeti Nation. Yada yada. He's not doing a promo. He's trying to be like a hype man, which he'll learn in time, hopefully, with the proper training. And
Daniel Bryan, his whole thing, he sucked at promos when he first came in, but he can wrestle.
Yeah, once he's more comfortable and relaxed, and the Yeti name, the Yeti attire, I godforsaken hope it doesn't stay.
That's terrible.
That attire, he'll get laughed at coming down to the ring, and I'm surprised he didn't tonight.
I think Miz or Daniel Bryan said something about it. I know that. One of them.
Let me tell you one thing. I won't be surprised if Amanda actually does get signed by the WWE.
Yeah, I know. I think the more the reason she didn't win is they're not saying she looks like the average diva, the regular diva, but in this generation, like the one right now, the divas called Revolution, it's not the Barbie now in the WWE right now. It's not Kelly as your women's champion or diva champion.
Right.
I mean, it's Brie Bella does a bigger Barbie now, but still, it's more of the fit and the smaller divas the women who can wrestle. More like that. Amanda would work as a valet like Alana. She would work like that, honestly.
Right. And I mean, Toughen Us Over.
And it sounds like it's coming back. He said, "We'll see you next time on Tough Enough" when they went off air.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. If they
I think they do a reunion show.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna see a reunion show. It has to be. Eventually, maybe not on the maybe not on a USA, but maybe just on the network. Network exclusive. But that's pretty much it for tonight. we will be continuing. Even though Tough Enough is over with, we will still continue to do these Raw reviews on Tuesdays. It just fits our schedule better. We may push it back an hour. Push it up an hour. I'm sorry. Depending on our availability, or just keep the same time at 8 Eastern, or maybe push it back an hour. Who knows? We'll decide by next week for sure. Just keep in touch with us on YouTube, or just subscribe. It'd be a lot easier, because I think you get notifications when we go live, so that'll help you out a lot. We do appreciate everybody watching our videos and subscribing. Take the time to watch our videos, because I know they're kind of long, so I'm sure it's not easy to stay there or sit there for a while and watch our videos. So we do appreciate it, and all the likes that we do get. Anything y'all guys wanted to say anything before we come back next Tuesday?
Well, I mean, with everything we saw on Monday Night Raw, I mean, these next couple of weeks should be interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, that is true. We might see Sting next week. I'm definitely sure we'll see the Dudleys.
Maybe Taker. I don't know. Maybe after a couple of weeks off, he might be back. I don't know.
And then I definitely will get probably a long promo from Seth Rollins. So
yeah, I mean, so much for after SummerSlam, WWE going downhill a little bit. Usually after your big pay-per-views, like after WrestleMania, it might go down a little bit. Or even SummerSlam, you're thinking, okay, the next 2 months are probably going to be kind of slow to get to January. But these are looking like they're going to be hot and really good. The rest of this 2015 has been a really good year for the WWE, I think.
Right. So we thank everybody for watching. We'll be back next Tuesday. Keep in touch, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks, everybody.